Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Boonaa Mohammed, how are you?
I'm feeling a lot better now that the screening is over and all the stress and, alhamdulillah, I was just really nervous, but I think it went quite well.
I think it went more than well. I mean, people were crying, you had people laughing. I think tonight was a roller coaster of emotions that people will never forget for a long time. What part of tonight shocked you?
Yeah, I think there were a lot of scenes that people found funny, which was a pleasant surprise. They laughed at places I didn't expect them to, which is always good as a filmmaker. Like, you want that range of emotions, even in serious moments. You still want there to be, some kind of lightheartedness. I was kind of shocked at the amount of response, the amount of people who showed up. We had people that, till now, after the event was sold up, they're hitting me up, brother, I need a ticket. So, even the fact that was the response from the community, and we had a lot of people travel from out of town, people who, this even being on a red carpet is so foreign to them, having that opportunity to celebrate ourselves and our achievement. I think to me, it was just beautiful to see it all come together.
No, absolutely. And I mean, this evening, a lot of the cast members, not even the people who watched it, but the cast members were so, they transformed in front of everyone, and while they were on the red carpet, they were telling everyone that this film changed their life. So I know you were expecting maybe for other people to react a certain way, but were you expecting to change the lives of the actual actors themselves?
No, I was just expecting to tell a good story. The fact that we have a lot of first-time actors, Muslim actors, people who otherwise don't really get a shot at even being in films like this. To me, it was important to represent our community authentically and to represent those range of experiences. To have even, one of the actresses, Layla Kareem, is a full-time hijabi, to have her in the film. And a lot of times these studios will tell you to compromise and say, take off your head. But for us, it was like, no, you're a hijabi, even better, So I think the overall experience was just, I'm just so thankful that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave me this opportunity. I don't feel like this is my story. I feel like this is our story. I feel like a lot of people can relate to it. And, for many years, it was an amana. It felt like a trust that I had been given. And I, even when things got dark, I always knew that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if it was meant to be, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would make it easy. And I'm just so thankful that He did.
Well, mission accomplished, right? You accomplished the amana. May Allah accept it from you. Of course, you would want your friend to do the same for you. You would want your friend to remember what you said and to carry on the legacy. And one day someone's going to do that. Someone's going to say, hey, Boonaa Mohammed started this and I'm maybe 15 years old now and I really want to do this as well. So doing it for the sake of reference is really what's game-changing for everyone. I wanted to ask you, how is it for you to merge the non-Muslims and the Muslims together? Because this evening I kept hearing that the non-Muslims for the first time ever had the opportunity to also learn a lot about Islam. This was a teaching lesson for a lot of non-Muslims, and now they feel like the doors are open because this was an inclusive film.
I mean, look, I think stories like this, personal stories are universal. When we can really tap into our own, whether it be issues, our heartbreaks, our love stories, these things translate across all boundaries. So, the fact that there were a lot of non-Muslim cast members, crew, even the, a lot of the very close people that I worked with, even the director, the editor, me and him were working intimately for the last, few years, just getting this thing to where it is now. To see that love and support from those external communities to me is, it's been beautiful. And it speaks to the testament of, I think, what our team was able to accomplish together. I think also, with the leadership of someone like Ma'moon and being able to, execute at a high level and, accommodate so many different needs and requests from myself, from the cast, and just to put the whole thing together, I think I want Muslims to understand that we can be ourselves unapologetically. We don't have to sacrifice our identity, the things that are important to us, and we can still tell stories that are universal. And I love what Ma'moon said after the screening, that, storytelling is our thing, right? Storytelling is what we should be known for. And so I really want to revive that tradition of the Muslim storytelling. And, this film, to me, it marks a chapter in a new world that I'm trying to establish where, this kind of thing is normalized, where it's normal for us to have our own movies, it's normal for us to have our premieres, it's normal for us to host our own events, and people, Muslim or non-Muslim, can benefit, but we just have to be authentically us and not worry about compromising any of that for anyone.
Well, you're humanizing healing, you're humanizing filmmaking, you're, normalizing it for young Muslims to see that I can be a filmmaker. And if I have a vision, I can actually be a visionary if I wanted to. So thank you so much, Boonaa. What are your last final words to everyone and the people that are anticipating watching this in different cities as well? What can people anticipate? And what's coming next as well?
Well, look, I definitely want to give a shout out to all the upcoming cities that we're taking this film to. My goal, literally, is to take this around the world. There's no venue too small. There's no event too big. I'm humbling myself because I really believe in the message of this film. That if you give me an audience, I will show this film. I would love to do discussions afterwards. because I think this can be a tool to help really affect change. I think for me, like, of course, we love the Islamic tradition and the Jummah khutbah. Imagine taking the messaging of a khutbah or the core messaging of a story and putting that together in a film. For me, the idea is that we can take our traditions and we can showcase them in a beautiful way and make them more accessible, make them things that can relate to people. And I think for me, I want to pioneer this style of storytelling because I think this is the future of da'wah. I think that there is a world out there where we can be storytellers and tell our beautiful traditions through film, through nasheed, through music, through whatever. And I want to any of the other artists that are here today, I really want them to be inspired. I want them to realize that you don't got to compromise who you are. You just got to just put your hands up to Allah, and if He makes it so, then you have no one else to worry about.
Right. Well, there's no compromising here, and you did it well, mashallah. And we can't wait to see more coming from you, inshallah. So, jazakallah khair, Boonaa Mohammed, and may Allah bless you immensely. Assalamu alaikum.